It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.
Okay, you're on.
Thank you for joining us as we are about to discuss Rockland's water and the current heated debate over the proposed desalination plant. It's a very important time for this issue as we're preparing to present at the public hearing, the Public Service Commission public hearings, which will be in Rockland County on October 1st at 6 p.m. in Clarkstown South High School and on October 2nd at Haverstraw Elementary School. This is the one chance that Rockland citizens have to come out and express your concerns over Rockland's water status at this time and why we feel desalination is a terribly wrong choice for Rockland County. I'm here with George Klein of the Sierra Club and Jacqui Drechsler. She's a local citizen who is very active in getting the word out about this. And the three of us are members of the Rockland Water Coalition. And we will be talking tonight about the issues and also the plans for getting the word out in the next 2 weeks to mobilize the public to attend these public hearings.
Say who you are.
My name is Laurie Seeman. In addition to being a member of the Rockland Water Coalition, I am the chair of the Sparkhill Creek Watershed Alliance, and I'm the director of Strawtown Studio. We run outdoor water education programs here in Rockland County. And that is how I became so interested in this issue, is out of a direct interest for the future of the children of Rockland County and the precedent-setting nature of what this decision will mean for the future, for our streams, for the children, and for just general living within our means and within the limits of nature. And George, you want to say a word?
Again, I'm George Klein. I'm the chair of the local Sierra Club, which covers Rockland, Westchester, and Putnam counties, and we have about 4,000 members in the area. These upcoming Public Service Commission hearings are all about need. In other words, does Rockland actually need to have more water? And it's become clear over the past couple of years that it doesn't. The United States Geological Survey did a study of whether Rockland needs this water and concluded that it's not clear that it does. The study was released in 2012, and they concluded that the water resources in Rockland are largely dependent on the ability to curtail water use during the peak periods in the summer, and that's mainly lawn watering. And if we can avoid loss of water supply from contamination, those two things would be key. And Rockland's aquifers, which are the underground places where water accumulates, fresh water, the recharge, that is the refilling of those aquifers, is higher than what had been thought previously. And the study goes into other details, but those are the main points. So the need for this water is very questionable. I think there is some other parts about the need and the supply.
Well, I think what I'd like to say very quickly to anybody who's listening and watching this is that Rockland's water resources come from three primary sources. I think the listeners are going to be interested to know, like, where does my water come from?
Okay.
So about a third of Rockland's water comes from Lake DeForest Reservoir, which is tucked in the center of the county, up behind the Palisades Mall. A lot of people don't even know it's there. That's about 1/3 of our water. That's in the Hackensack watershed. The water starts up in the South Mountain area. 1/3 of our water comes from these underground aquifers, a lot of the well water in Rockland, and then the Ramapo River on the west side of the county provides water. And there's two sections of Rockland that are independently run that are not through the United Water System, and that's Nyack and parts of Suffern. And what's important to understand also is that Rockland's water, the rights to Rockland's water are owned by a company called United Water. and they are their parent company is Suez, a French multinational corporation. They own the rights to our water and to sell it, and they own the rights to our infrastructure. They actually own the infrastructure. And so that's a big part of this dialogue that we have right now is why is our water being, why is United Water suggesting we need desalination? They have made the lead decision on this. And the point that we are coming up with is that they were very anxious to build a facility which provided them with a greater opportunity to make profits. It was not a decision where they did due diligence in looking at the other options for our water. And the Rockland Water Coalition has hired independent experts, and over the last 3 years, we have constructed a more profound profile of Rockland's water, and it definitely leads to the point where we don't need desalination. What we need is better water management, and the fact that so many of our elected officials are standing behind us is very indicative of the fact that the science and the hard facts are there. Mm-hmm.
And if I may say, it seems that if we did practice more conservation methods, and if United Water did fix some of their leaky pipes, and if a lot of our water was not given to New Jersey, there might not be such a problem here. Because as George has said, the aquifers actually do replenish at a very good rate. I think that we all need to be more conservative with our water and find actually one of the studies that Columbia University did came up with many alternatives to conservation. And so that's just another part of this as well, is the conservation.
One of the language is so important when you're trying to communicate goals and practices. And the word conservation, I feel, what we've experienced, is the word conservation kind of brings up a certain concept of limits and, oh no, I don't want to change my behavior. But another word that you can use to understand the goal is relationship. We're looking to have a different relationship with our water. And what we're finding in doing studies of what people are doing in other places is when you change the relationship and you become more water smart, which is a better phrase, it's actually community building. And it really strengthens the community. It leads us to what the governor's calling for, which is community resilience. And it's definitely the better path to community behavior for the future. So in this larger context of this question of desalination or no desalination, we're finding that this pairing of other behaviors, like Jacqui said, if United Water repairing leaks and moving water differently through the county and changing the water behavior share with New Jersey, and many other small decisions would add up to a much stronger plan for Rockland. It would improve our infrastructure, and it would not be such a huge economic hit for us here, which is one of the other concerns.
And if I may, actually at this point, I'd like to read a statement, if that's okay. A statement on the Havistraw desalination plant from Senator David Carlucci, who couldn't be here today, but did ask for us to be able to read his statement. Okay, he says that the State Public Service Commission will finally have a real opportunity to re-examine their initial case findings to see if a long-term water supply project is truly needed for Rockland County. Since the proposed plan began, new information that would impact the county's water supply has been discovered, not to mention that there has never been a comprehensive study done on the cost effectiveness and alternatives to this plan. While the cost of this project has more than doubled, consumers remain concerned over this project's final price tag. I believe we must overturn every rock to uncover every bit of science that will benefit future generations to come. If there are potentially less costly alternative solutions like conservation, let's find them. An honest and transparent review is what is needed so that ordinary residents will have a chance to make their voices heard. And bravo to Senator Carlucci, and I say, residents, make your voice heard and please come to the public hearings. As Laurie said, it is our chance to let them know, the Public Service Commission and United Water, to let them know how we feel about this project and if there are other better alternatives.
Can you zoom in on this, Richard? This is a flyer that we started distributing as of yesterday. This is the call to action. We need to fill the halls for the Public Service Commission hearings. And this lists in the simplest form the issues. Desalination is expensive. The desalination plant would cost upward to $200 million, and that isn't even with the fully disclosed budget. Mm-hmm. Okay. And a issue that concerns all of us are the radionuclides from Indian Point. The intakes for this desalination plant would just be 3.5 miles south of Indian Point Nuclear Power Plant, which is known to be leaking radionuclides, strontium-90 and tritium. And desalination filtration does not take out tritium from the drinking water. In the pilot plant study that United Water had conducted, there was found to be trace levels of tritium below the national, I don't know what they call it, the nationally standards. But nevertheless, no level of tritium is healthy to drink. And we're very concerned that under less than optimum conditions, tritium would pass through into our drinking water system. And there's just endless repercussions. We don't know what that would mean to ingest it. We don't know what it would mean if it was put into our groundwater through different, like people's land. And then most importantly, we have the option known from our experts that faster ways to get to more water would come from these other measures we were talking, less expensive solutions and more sustainable solutions. And I don't know what more people need to know than faster, cheaper, more sustainable. Mm-hmm. That is what Rockland wants. Mm-hmm. And this hearing is a chance to come out, and the Public Service Commission will make the ultimate determination on whether a new water supply is needed or not.
Give the date again.
The date of the public hearing, there's 2 nights you can come out and be heard. Tuesday, October 1st at Clarkstown South High School at 6 p.m. at 31 Demarest Mill Road in West Nyack. On Wednesday, October 2nd at 6 p.m., Haverstraw Elementary School, 16 Grant Street, Haverstraw, New York. We will be there on both nights. We will greet you at the door. There will be literature handed out to help you understand the details of what's happening.
How do they get in touch with you in the meantime?
In the meantime, you could get in touch with us by going to this website, nodesal.com. You can reach us through the contact there. It's also the place to find every information about every aspect of this.
I'd like to read a statement from David Freed, who's running for Rockland County Executive in November. And Mr. Freed gave us a statement. I'm just going to read you a few things from the statement. While the utility companies may own the pipes and treatment plants, the water belongs to we the people. And when the utility companies are trying to get homeowners to pay for a multi-million-dollar plant that might not even be needed, I'm skeptical. After visiting the proposed plant site, along with meeting with United Water officials as well as environmental advocates, I came to a simple conclusion. I don't support the plant. United Water, Mr. Freed continues, United Water has regularly violated Rockland's water sharing agreement with Bergen County. For years, millions of gallons of water in excess of agreements have flowed to New Jersey with no penalties. With the water sharing agreement up for renewal, as county executive, I will make sure that any future agreements include stiff penalties for violations, along with shared drought condition status. In the last drought, Rocklanders had to conserve water, and Bergen County consumers didn't. That's what he's talking about. It is unconscionable that when Rockland is under drought restrictions, Bergen County can water their lawns and fill their pools. When I'm county executive, I will appoint a commission to explore the creation of a Rockland County water district, giving residents a greater voice. And he concludes the plant is just not needed.
And can I move on to something really important about our fundraising activities? Okay. Well, we need to raise funds to help pay experts to testify at these hearings and at other future hearings. And so we started an initiative called Water Week in Rockland Restaurants. And now, I have to tell you, Rockland restaurants are the most giving of people. Whenever there is a cause, help the hungry, breast cancer, whatever the cause is, they are there for it. Well, Rockland restaurants are there for this. And so the week of September 23rd through September 30th, we have 25 restaurants, and I will quickly rattle off their names in a moment, 25 restaurants in Rockland that have all agreed to open their doors and donate 10% of their profits for the day that they have picked to the Sierra Club Foundation to help pay for experts to testify. It's very generous, and we're hoping that tons of people are going to come out and support this cause by going to their restaurants. The restaurants can be identified because they will have this decal in their window, and it's a beautiful new decal. And just to let you know, I'm just going to quickly let you know these restaurants. It's a wonderful collection. We have Posa Posa in Nanuet, Alain's French Bistro. We have the Art Cafe in Nyack, Back to Earth of Nyack, Cafe Barcel, Cloud 9 Froyo Cafe, Didier Dumas Pastisserie, Harbor Hill Bar and Grill, Johnny Cakes, Lanterna Tuscan Bistro, possibly Nyack Poorhouse, Sauerkraut, Spice of India, Temptations, The King and I, Wasabi. Those are almost all in Nyack. We have the Market in Palisades on Route 9W, the Greenhouse Cafe, Pearl River Taco and Burrito, Raphael's on Central Avenue, a pizzeria, the Confetti Restaurante and Vinoteca, Pier 701 on Hudson in Piermont, Slattery's Landing, which is a wonderful steakhouse, and the Sidewalk Bistro. In Spark Hill, a new restaurant called The Roost, and in Tapan we have Julio's and the 76 House. There are even more restaurants that are going to be joining this, and if you'd like, you can go to the nodesal.com or to sustainablerockland.org to find out more information. And I hope that everyone's going to enjoy at least one great meal out and support this cause.
Support your favorite and try something new.
And if they just want to donate money.
Oh, yes, and actually some of the restaurants are not participating in doing a night or a day, but they are actually making donations. So we have the Thai House, and we have Fordham's Pizza, and we have, there's another one, my mind's going a little blank there, but people also can make donations by going to sustainablerockland.org and then clicking on the Riverkeeper button. This is one way of making a donation that will go directly into the fight against desalination. And you can also make donations to the Sierra Club Foundation. I suppose, shall I give out the address for that?
Sure.
Let me find the address for that.
While you're looking for that, Jacqui, I feel like it would be good to explain one very important thing. After 5 or 6 years of preparing for this moment in time, we have never asked for direct donations. However, a few generous families have given us generous donations and have brought us to this point. But right now, with the experts that we're bringing on, we are really appealing to the public to please find one of these donation channels and support the Rockland Water Coalition. This is when it's really going to make the difference. And the reason Jacqui's just saying a few different channels for the money is these are our partners. These are our river partners, Scenic Hudson and Riverkeeper and the Sierra Club, the 3 biggest names on the river, are part of the Rockland Water Coalition. If you go again to nodesal.com, on the front page, you'll see a list of our partners. We're over 30 strong organizations, and they are each helping us in different ways with legal staff and support, with policy advice. We have meetings each and every week. We could not have gotten to this point without this high-level think tank. And each one of them has graciously offered to channel donations from you, the Rockland residents and people of the Hudson Valley, because you may have different organizations you prefer, but they are at no interest going to take these donations that you send, again, to Riverkeeper, Scenic Hudson, and Sierra Club, and dedicate them to their staff to help us and also to help us hire experts. So I just want to make that clear.
Right, and the address for the Sierra Club Foundation is P.O. Box 792, Pearl River, New York, 10965. And if you are writing actual checks, then write desalination in the memo space. And I have to tell you, I am so impressed by the fact that all of these wonderful restaurants in Rockland feel strongly enough about this. When we started this concept, we were in a restaurant, and it seems that many restaurant owners were lumped together with the business community, but many of the restaurant owners were so busy with their lives and running the restaurants that they weren't keeping abreast of the issues. And they were stunned to hear that they may be expected to use Hudson River water that has radioactive material in it that cannot be taken out to serve to their patrons and to cook with and to clean. And so they all kind of said, well, this is something we need to fight. And we are business people, and our business is making sure people have very good quality food and drink. And so that is one of the reasons why they've joined into this fight.
Yeah, so thank you to the
Thank you
restaurant.
very much to
Because
all of the restaurants.
I wanted to say just also one of the things that's very concerning to businesses in Rockland County would be this increased cost of the water. The desalination plant would ultimately cause the ratepayer to pay double in rates for the water. Right now, they're calculated a 90% rate increase.
I think, isn't it true that
Michael
right now
Pointing from United Water said that they would have to prepare the Rockland customer for rate shock.
I think the last meeting that I was at, I heard that it would be an automatic increase due to the already accepted rate hikes of $200 per family, and that if this actually goes through, it could be up to $400 to $500 a year per family, more every year.
Right.
This is going to be a huge bill that we would have to be paying for that really might not be necessary at all. And what I'm really grateful to is that actually the Public Service Commission has decided to step in. They're the oversight for United Water, and that they've decided that this may need to be revisited. So that's very positive.
And that's the purpose of these hearings.
Yes.
Something is terribly off.
Do you want to say what the chair of the Rockland County Legislature?
Well, yes, before I look at Harriet's letter is not short, so I just want to kind of summarize by acknowledging Rockland County Legislature Chairwoman Harriet Cornell. She very early on understood the profound issues surrounding this proposal, and she has written to the DEC, she has written to the Public Service Commission, and she has rallied along with Ellen Jacqui, Assemblywoman Ellen Jacqui, the two great leaders of this county who understand the environment and water, and they have partnered with the Rockland Water Coalition in getting policy addressed. And this letter from Harriet right now that I have in my hand is one of many.
May I just say, she couldn't be here tonight because there was a legislative session, but she did want us to have this.
Yes, I'll read this. So it says, costs matter. Why the public needs answers about a desal plant. And again, this is by Rockland Legislature Chairwoman Harriet Cornell. She writes, the reasons to oppose United Water's proposed desalination plant to convert Hudson River water to drinking water are numerous. They include significant environmental impacts, the questionable safety and purity of drinking water downstream from an aging nuclear power plant, the lack of a thorough analysis of alternatives, and the scant attention paid to the range of conservation measures that are readily available, to list a few. Others have covered these extensively and persuasively in their comments, but I want to address the potential costs this project represents and the insufficient financial analysis that has been conducted. Harriet goes on to reference the Eco Northwest as an independent economic study that was done last year at the behest of the Rockland Water Coalition, which found that the United Waters draft proposal, that their economic submission was almost useless. Eco Northwest called the economic analysis almost useless. I know from having read it, they said that the industry standards were not comparative, and that they failed to be transparent about many of the issues. And I don't think that United Water has met a county like Rockland County before with the think tank that we have here and the political will. This is just not a place that you can come in and opportunistically make a plan of action that would profit your shareholders, and not serve the people of the county in a proper way.
Right. All right.
Sorry.
I think that's probably about it, right?
So, tell them the dates again.
All right. The Public Service Commission hearings, October 1st, it's a Tuesday at 6 p.m., Clarkstown South High School, 31 Demarest Mill Road. That is the night when Rockland Water Coalition, our experts, will be presenting. Again, the issue of need is what's going to be discussed this evening. This is not a night to talk about the radionuclides in the water and all of that. This is strictly going to be evidence of the fact that Rockland County does not need more water. We need better water management, and we want the Public Service Commission to hold United Water's feet to the fire and to perform service. So that's the first night, Tuesday, October 1st. Wednesday, October 2nd, Haverstraw Elementary School is simply another opportunity for public to come out and be heard. We expect hundreds and hundreds of people to come out for these hearings. We have been promoting this for many years, and I believe that people in Rockland understand that this needs to be stopped.
Also, I do need to make a comment about the public hearings. If you want to actually speak or make a comment, you need to get there early, and you'll have to sign in so that you will be on a list of people to speak. If you're not on the list, you won't be allowed to speak. Okay?
But even if you don't want to speak, and most people
come.
don't want to speak, it's important to come. We want to pack those rooms on October 1st and October 2nd.
And it's important to come out for Water Week in Rockland restaurants. We want to pack those rooms too.
And send letters to your...
Oh, yes, and we send letters to all of the people you know in politics. Call them, email them.
At day 2.
And please, and I know there are other people in the race for county executive coming
Right.
up right
Well, Ed Day. Yeah,
So
Ed Day's the mayor.
Ed Day has not been 100% clear on where he stands on this. This Public Service Commission hearing is a chance to really call Mr. Day out and ask him, Mr. Day, what are you going to do about Rockland's water future? It really matters to a lot of people.
Right. So the most important thing is to come to these public hearings, be in touch with everyone you know in politics to please let them stand up for us.
All right.
If you can't make those meetings.
Thank you for listening and watching.
Thank you very
Jacqui, tell
much.
us what we're going to hear.
Right now we're going to end this with a new song by Jocelyn DiCrescenzo called Riverkeeper, and it's kind of a new folk song. Yeah. For Water Week, for the Riverkeeper.
Oh, river keeper, just keep on flying your trade on this noble Hudson River. What a wretched mess we made of our Hudson River. Well, it once was pure and clean. It once was blue and green. Let's clean it up right now. People say that it's like the Goa on plying your trade on this noble Hudson River. What a wretched mess we made of our Hudson River. Well, it once was pure and clean, it once was blue and green. Let's clean it up right now, oh river keeper. Just keep on plying your trade on this noble Hudson River. What a wretched mess we made of our Hudson River. Well, it once was pure and clean, it once was blue and green. Let's clean it up right now.
It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.